Tell me if this sounds familiar. At the height of Mao Zedong's Communist Cultural Revolution, universities in China ceased to be places of learning. They became factories of ideological conformity instead. Teachers, professors, and administrators who didn't align themselves with the Communist Revolution were labeled rightists. Students were instructed to root them out, to denounce them, and to punish them. Many obeyed with a kind of holy zeal, convinced that loyalty to Mao outweighed every other moral duty. From this fanaticism emerged the Red Guards, bands of militant youth, mostly teenagers, unleashed upon society. With Mao's blessing, they stormed through cities and villages alike, declaring themselves the guardians of revolutionary purity. They tore down monuments, burned books, desecrated temples, and dragged people into the streets. Teachers were abused, children informed on their parents, neighbors turned into accusers, executioners, and victims in turn. The violence was not random chaos, it was the logical outcome of Mao's instructions. Disagreement itself had been redefined. To question the party was not simply to be wrong, it was to be inhuman. And once an idea is framed as inhuman, violence against it becomes not only permissible but righteous. The act of silencing, punishing, or killing an opponent was no longer seen as cruelty but as a moral duty. This redefinition of morality hollowed out Chinese society. Fear replaced trust, education collapsed into indoctrination, intellectual independence vanished under the threat of mob denunciations, and public struggle sessions. Families disintegrated as children betrayed their own parents to prove their loyalty to the revolution. By the time the Cultural Revolution subsided, millions were dead, countless more persecuted, and the cultural memory of an entire nation was shattered. The lesson here is dark, but it echoes through history. When youth are weaponized by ideology, when schools and universities become breeding grounds for militancy rather than debate, when disagreement itself is criminalized, violence ceases to be taboo. It becomes justice, and once that line is crossed, the unthinkable quickly becomes routine. Mao understood that the easiest way to control society is not simply through force from above, but by unleashing fervor from below, by convincing the young that their violence is virtuous. That is how revolutions devour their own people, and entire nations being driven into darkness.